Japanese English listening material site with transcript. Now Japanese are also recently. The book titled Anti-Japanese has become the bestseller in Korea. And the Japanese version has also published. What we have been taught in our history education in South Korea is found to be completely false after they had studied comparing with facts and economic data, several Korean scholars wrote in the book. This in the former Communist Party's member Mt.Shinohara's writing, published in the monthly Hanada. The Korean president has signed a swearing paper that swears allegiance to Kim Jongyun in the north. A big demonstration to the South Korean government, which has not appeared about in the Japanese media but is quite controversial on the internet. The Christian Society and senior citizens over the age of 60 who experienced the Korean War took part in the demonstration by staying on the street seem to try to prevent the merger plan of the President Moon to the north. Originally created by the left side of Japan, such as comfort women, forced recruiters at war, the plan to drop Japan is about to collapsing. The GHQ's WGIP, War Guilt Information Program, and to make the Korean Peninsula and China to Japan as enemy, which started from the villainous Japanese colonialism, were gradually recognized by this time. We recognized that it was American side's purpose to make Japan weaker than before the World War. Even those who weren't aware of the old intrigue may have been largely aware of it recently on net. I am one of them, but it's not easy to escape from being mind-controlled for decades. There are many people, Oak University professors, critics, and historians who have been aware of this idea but can't escape from old way and may be trying to continue it until the end. Even newspaper companies, television broadcasters, news agencies, school teachers, trade unionists, communist and opposition politicians, and even liberal politicians should take off with courage. Even among those who are aiming for the next prime minister. Even so, critics who are still commenting on TV, we've done bad things for Korea, are seen ugly. Even young Koreans who have soaked in anti-Japanese education in Korea are footing to struggle to confront the fact of their existence that is unacceptable easily. So there is nothing the Japanese cannot do. People who can't think Japan is a good country, those who don't want to have the Japanese own constitution, for ourselves, by ourselves. Of ourselves, you can think you are, those who haven't left the spell of defeat of the last World War. I added this part here later, so I am worried if it is connected in context. No matter how conscientious Japan is, they tends to twist and interpret things. I can say this to the left person in Japan. For example, if you say the Japanese occupation period, why you were abused and picked up 40% of rice fields, but when you heard that the population of Koreans has more than doubled, I'm telling that you tried to make the Koreans fine and strong. Increase the population, and to make him a Japanese soldier. It's already rotten. It's not used to handle. Let's adjust to the army that protects Japan properly. I feel sorry for their working as a Japanese, not as a soldier, or as an individual being charged with a crime. Regain the honor of the soldiers who fought for Japan and the soldiers who died at a young age. At least let the Prime Minister and ministers go to Yasukuni Shrine and thank them. And believe in them. Believe in the disciplined soldiers who make up the flow of samurai and the Japanese who are the ancestors. Japan now is a collection of the past Japan. Don't defend only your own things. Stop all the bad things from being the old Japanese soldiers and the politicians of the time. If we can think Japan is good now, it will be possible to confront the gold kingdom of the dictatorship self-centered rogue nation and the Communist Party hypocrisy dictatorship China. And we will have the wisdom and power to save the abductees. Now is the time when the United States is loosening from tying up with China and South Korea to restrain Japan. Let's become a decent independent country. I hope that Japan will be able to share and help each other with abundant national power and wealth so as not to give inequality to the Japanese people.